Thank you, Speaker Pelosi, Chairman Pallone, Chairman Neal, and all the members who are here today for their tireless work to keep our young people safe and healthy. And a special thank you to Abigail for your courage and your testimony. Testimonies are much more powerful than any policy conversation. And Dr. Faluzzi for sharing your stories and perspectives. My name is Dr. Raul Ruiz. I'm an emergency physician trained in humanitarian and disaster aid and public health expert, and I represent California's 36th congressional district. As a doctor, I am all too familiar with the devastation that addiction to nicotine can cause. I see the patients in the emergency department gasping for air with COPD. I see the patients coming in with life-debilitating strokes. I have seen firsthand the health decline in patients who tried nicotine as teenagers, got addicted, and never quit. Let's be very clear. There are three parallel conversations when we talk about vaping. The first conversation is about the acute respiratory distress syndromes, where you see the fibrotic changes, and you saw the stories of children going into the ICU and having to require a lung transplant. That's mainly because of open sources of vaping material and people mixing THC, vitamin E, and other chemicals that damage the lung for life. That's one issue. Then we have the other issue of the whole conversation of whether vaping is safe. No, it's not. Whether there's a public health benefit. No, there's not. So then there's the third issue, which is the youth epidemic, the amount of youth who are buying legitimate packages, right, from the stores and then getting hooked on nicotine. And that's what we're talking about here. The number of kids using these products is disturbing to me as a member of Congress, as a physician, and as a parent of two 4-year-old twins. From 2017 to 2019, e-cigarette use doubled among high school students and tripled among middle school students. Siri, let me explain. There are over 5 million kids using e-cigarettes today, an increase of 3 million in just 2 years. And the health effects of this are real and dangerous. You see, cigarettes are the deadliest form of tobacco, no doubt about it, but no tobacco product is safe. Vape aerosol contains some of the same chemicals found in cigarettes: smoke, chromium, formaldehyde, lead, nickel, and tin. Nicotine use changes adolescents' brain cell activity, affecting attention, learning, behavior, and memory function. And research shows that you're more likely to start smoking cigarettes if you vape. And that's primarily because using nicotine at an early age means you are more likely to be addicted to tobacco products for life. And what is so shameful about the tactics employed by companies purposely targeting youth with these products is that they know if they get a kid addicted, they have them for life. That is why it is so important that we work to address the youth vaping epidemic immediately. H.R. 2339, the Protecting American Lungs and Reversing the Youth Tobacco Epidemic Act of 2020, will help us reach that objective. This bill takes a comprehensive science and medicine-backed approach to address this epidemic and prevent an entirely new generation from a life of nicotine addiction. It does so by prohibiting companies from marketing e-cigarettes to youth under 21 and prevent online sales of e-cigarettes, which is how many kids get their hands on these products. The legislation also includes a provision from my bill, the No Vape Act, to crack down on retailers who sell these products to underage youth. It is my job as a public health expert, and it is our job as members of Congress to ensure measures are put in place to prevent more Americans from getting hooked on nicotine at an early age. So thank you to everyone who worked on this bill. Thank you once again to Abigail for your courage and telling your story, and I will turn it back to Speaker Pelosi.